Is the UAE really Muslim? Now, I'm not as much questioning the religiosity of the people within it, rather than the state. I think it's time to burst the bubble that the UAE is an Islamic state of any kind. Islam is not just white robes, luxury skylines, or oversized mosques built for branding. Islam is justice, accountability, and protection of the oppressed. And by that standard, the UAE fails completely. Recently, investigative journalists exposed a covert influence operation tied directly to the Emirati state. Leaked documents reveal that the UAE hired foreign intelligence and PR firms. To do what exactly? To target Muslim scholars, mosques, journalists, and community organizers across multiple European countries. Muslims were falsely labeled as extremists. Mosques were flagged, and Islamic activism was criminalized. This wasn't about public safety, it was about controlling Islam, treating it as a threat unless it is silent, obedient, and apolitical. At the same time, the UAE has aggressively aligned itself with Israel, including partnerships framed as combating anti-Semitism, alongside Israeli institutions and lobbying organizations like the ADL. In practice, this has meant equating criticism of Israel as extremism, calling anyone who criticizes them Muslim Brotherhood, and replacing Islam with the state-approved version that never challenges power. We saw this clearly when a UK influencer known for his destructive Islamophobia was invited to the UAE.
He hates Muslims, but he's in a Muslim country.
Really
Where that one at?
They are really
You're a fucking prick. Don't give him no airtime. You hate Muslims like us. Why are you in this country? You hate Muslims.
on the invite, actually.
Afterwards, his content shifted sharply, but not in the way that you would think. He started pushing Muslim Brotherhood scare narratives, and interestingly, repeating talking points used to defend the UAE's backing of the Rapid Support Forces in Sudan. This isn't isolated by far. Young state-aligned Emirati PR figures flood social media, spreading baseless claims about Sudan, and Yemen, and Somalia, and kinda the rest of the Muslim world. Always defending Zionist power, always attacking Muslim justice movements, always repeating the same script. And as we've now seen, behind closed doors, Emirati officials, including Ahmed bin Sulayem, chairman and CEO of DP World, which is closely related to Sudan, and I'll touch on it later. Some of the most powerful figures in the UAE have been exposed, describing Islamic movements as a disease, equating visible Muslim identity with extremism, and coordinating efforts to dismantle Muslim civil society abroad. Why does it seem like Islam to them is not a moral framework, but rather a security risk to be neutralized? Don't even get me started about this Aziza lady and these Kaaba cloth pieces. I just can't do that today. Now let's bring it back to the thing that exposes the state of the UAE's utter lack of morality. What they're doing and what they've done to my country, Sudan. They are responsible for genocide, mass displacement, manufactured starvation, the utilization of child soldiers, and then the facilitation of systemic rape of women and girls and boys, the destruction of food processing plants, the poisoning of water, the blockage of aid, organ trafficking, and the forcing of young men to eat the flesh of their brothers. I could genuinely go on. There's nothing Islamic about this, nothing Islamic about funding genocide. There's nothing Islamic about terrorizing women. There's no Islam in crushing the oppressed while preaching moderation. And there's no Islam in throwing rocks and hiding your hands. As a Saudi writer put it plainly, the UAE is serving as a Trojan horse for Israel in the Muslim world. So let's end the illusion. Islam was never meant to serve empires. It was meant to stand with the oppressed.